We ain't gonna do no shades today. I was feeling pretty cool today, but we're gonna get to it though. But check this out. Peace and blessings, what it do? It's your homie DJ Young Samm, and right now you tuned in to the Old Me Died podcast. Yes sir, we done made it back. Still adding to the new set, as you can see. DJ Screwbook, A Life in Slow Revolution, Tupac Shakur, the authorized biography by Stacey Robinson. So yeah, this one here is by Lance Scott Walker. Yeah, man, so these are some major inspirations to my career. So I had to add those to the set, you know what I'm saying? But appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Like I say, man, we remaining persistent in the last episode. And persistent is something that I'm steady doing. I'm steady trying to stay at it or whatever. Like, podcast is still dropping. You still getting these clips. So, yeah, we being persistent, consistent. We not letting nothing stop us, man. We really stepping our game up, man. Y'all following me, man. If you tuned in right now, you are part of the elite ones. Because in order to be an elite one, that means you're trying to be the best version of yourself, which that's what I strive for every day. So I know by any means, like, I know I'm not perfect, but I strive to be perfect. I strive to be the great image that God would want me to be. So this here's the podcast, man, the Old Me Died podcast. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Tell somebody about it, man. Send it to somebody. Let somebody know, hey, I'm thinking about you, and I feel like this right here is a good message that you might need to hear. But yeah, let's get it. Today's message is do it for yourself. Do it for yourself. When I say that, man, I show up for everybody. Like, I used to be that person who would try to show up for everybody, be at everybody's events, you know, doing my part as a friend, like always being there for people. But then I started realizing when it was time for me to elevate myself, I wasn't showing up for myself like I show up for others. Like, I wasn't giving myself the same type of creative time that I would give others, because I'd be so in a rush trying to hurry up and get my things done just so I can get right back to the money, right back to trying to really do the work and try to grind, you know what I'm saying? So it was just came to a point in my life where I realized, hey, a lot of my people that I started off with, they no longer around me. And it kind of make you feel lonely at times, but then when you realize it, it's like all this time you've been having all these people feeding you all these different type of habits, some of them good, some of them bad, and influencing you. And then when you get by yourself and you're alone and you like, man, I'm really starting to think differently. Like, I'm starting to really think in my own way. Like, I'm not letting anything guide me other than God, and I'm getting closer and closer into the Word. And as I got closer and closer to the Word, that's when I realized, like, I've been missing out on a life that God really had planned for me based off of not being in alignment. But nowadays, man, I do things for myself. Like, I really do things for myself. When I tell you I do them to the best of my ability, like, at first I probably would give myself 80%, 70%, because I'm so tied up in doing things for other people that I'm not focusing on self. So, man, I feel like I lost when it came to weight and everything by gaining 215 pounds and never reading. Like, I was really on a road to self-destruction, eating crazy. 2017 November, I had a real spiritual awakening where I felt like, man, my life was just like, it came to a halt. Like, man, what are you doing? Like, everything is crumbling. Like, everything that you had going, all of a sudden it stopped. No more DJ gigs was coming in. Like, business was slowing down on the videos. Your artists, you no longer have music artists. Just everything just started crumbling around me. And it brought me to a place where I was like really feeling down. And this happened for a whole day, man. Like, one day my whole day just got dark. And I can't remember the exact day it was, but I know it was in November and it was 2017. I was in my apartment right before I made a swift transition. After I went through that spiritual awakening, and I'll probably get more deeper into it as we get further into the episodes, but after I had that spiritual awakening, I moved to Dallas the next year, 2018. I moved into Dallas with my dad. My time being in Dallas, me moving to Dallas was like the best thing I ever could have did for myself, because it really broke me free of any chains of anybody that felt like they just had a hold on me, or felt like I couldn't really just grow because everybody's pulling me this direction, but I can't show up for myself. So I made a vow to myself, man, that I would, hey, work on your craft every day. Make sure you the best version of yourself than ever. Make sure that if anybody choose to walk away from you or stop dealing with you, they will really take a major loss. And I kept that in my head. And I said I was going to do everything to make myself be a real live asset. And I look at my life now as it's a result of me really taking myself seriously, really putting my destiny in my own hands, not focusing on nobody else but me, my family, and my kids, and seeing a tunnel vision for the goals that I had for others, and had to pretty much put everything on my back and say, hey, you know what, Sam? It's your turn. It's time for you to do it for yourself. And this right here, man, this message that I'm giving y'all, this is for y'all also. This is me sharing my story with y'all, but you got to start doing things for yourself. You got to start giving yourself some time to think in the morning, some time to read, some time to stimulate your mind some type of way with some type of guidance of wording. Like, you're going to have to schedule time for yourself for that. Do it for yourself. That's the message for today. Tell a friend to do it for themselves. You ain't got to do it for me. You ain't got to do it for your mama, your cousin, nobody. Do it for you. Because at the end of the day, when you do things for you, now you're putting yourself in control of your happiness. You're putting yourself in control of how you feel. And you don't put your emotions and feelings into other people's hands, or seek validation from other people because you need that feeling in order for you to feel good. But when you do it for yourself, you're going to come out like a champ, for real. Peace and blessings, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. It's the Old Me Died podcast. Got Damn Samm, you already know. I'm lit though, y'all. I didn't have a good weekend, man. I just come from Arkansas with my bro Slim Thug, and we be always connecting, man. Like with the people, like you can. When I go into to the club, man, I holler at the DJs. Like I go up there and follow them on Instagram, and I can't keep up with everybody, like keep in touch with everybody, but I still like to keep lines of communications. And I'm supposed to be ending the show, but I can still keep going on. That's how y'all know I'm really feeling good, man. God has really been great to me. He's been really showing out in my life. I know he'll show out in your life if you actually follow through what you say you're going to do, if you actually get into your Bible, get into your Quran, get into whatever spirituality thing you need to get into. You need to get closer to God. When you get closer to God, I'm telling you, you're going to feel like can't nobody stop you. You're going to feel the strongest. You're going to feel like you can do everything, because praying to God is what gets me to where I'm at. Like, I pray before everything. Pray before this podcast. Pray before I go work out. Pray before I leave the house, because I know at the end of the day, long as I pray, he's going to guide me. And we out.